Welcome back to WendyPaulet TV. I'm Chinwe. In this video, I'm going to be talking about NYSC, why NYSC and what it's all about. I'll be sharing some of my experiences and my personal opinion about NYSC. I decided to make this video because I think it's important for Nigerians abroad to know what NYSC is all about. Because I've met so many people that did not school in Nigeria, like Nigerians, but they want to come back and start working and they have no idea what NYSC is about. And even the sources they're getting information about NYSC from is not so reliable or is not so encouraging. So this video is going to be very objective. I'll give you like a general overview of what NYSC is all about. And at the end, I'm going to give you my own personal opinion of what I think about NYSC. With that, I believe you have a better understanding of what NYSC is all about. I don't know if you noticed, but I tried to get into character of this video, so I looked for something green in my closet. Unfortunately, I don't have my NYSC uniform because it's been ages since I did my NYSC. I don't even know where the uniform is. But I found these cute blazers and yeah, let's do this. By the way, I served from 6th of March 2012 to 14th February 2013. So you can tell it's been ages ago. NYSC stands for National Youth Service Corps. As a Nigerian graduate who intends to work in Nigeria, you're required to dedicate 1 year to serving the country. So basically, if you don't have a higher institution certificate, you won't serve because you won't get the opportunity. Normally, it's your school that will send your name to NYSC and then they'll process it and then give you the opportunity to come and serve. Maybe they have plans to include those that learn trades in the future, but for now, it's only higher institution graduates that give you the opportunity to serve the country. Another group of people exempted from this 1 year service are people above the age of 30. So if you're 29 and you're still in the university, you ain't gonna serve because by the time you're done processing your certificates, graduating from Nigerian university, you must have reached 30 and it will be a wrap for you. I think the point of this NYSC thing, in addition to serving the country, is to give Nigerian graduates the opportunity to live in different parts of the country and interact with people from different parts of the country as well. The service here is divided into two parts, camping and PPA. The first 3 weeks will be spent in something that seems like a military camp, and the rest of the service here will be spent at your designated PPA. While at the camp, you will receive some military trainings. It's not going to be as intense as the typical military training, but you are definitely going to feel the difference, especially when you're not used to that lifestyle. The scope of the activities you'll be engaged in are educational, sports, social, religious, and other supporting activities. During my own time, some of the sports we engaged in were soccer, volleyball, some track games, and tug of war. The social activities include dance competition, drama, macho contest, beauty contest, bold and beautiful contest, and some other contests depending on your camp. Religious activities are not so compulsory, so it's basically you identifying with your denomination and joining them in the activities. So if you're pagan or an atheist, you don't have to join alone. For the supporting activities, if you read medicine, when you enter the camp, you automatically become a medical doctor there. And also mass communication, most of them join the camp radio station. There are also some positions you could be appointed to support the instructors. First of all, everyone is divided into groups called platoons, so each platoon will have a platoon leader. They also have the director of socials and director of sports. The way these executives are selected are through nominations and then voting. You could nominate yourself or someone from the group will nominate you, and then you face backward or maybe like through like a polling system. Everyone will choose their candidates and the person with the highest vote wins. The living areas are divided into boys hostel and girls hostel. Each room or hall will have their captain or leader or whatever you decide to call them. The hall leaders are in charge of organizing the hallmates for clean-up activities and other activities within the hostel. In general, the routine is wake up at 5 a.m., fall out for morning prayers. After morning prayers, we rehearse for the march past. After march past, we go back, freshen up, come out for breakfast. After breakfast, you enter for the trainings and the workshop. After the training, you have lunch and then go for siesta. When you wake up from siesta, you come out for sports. After sports, you go back and freshen up, come out for dinner. Then after dinner, you now engage in rehearsal for social activities or just you're chilling. I went to a semi-military school, so the routines were kind of similar. I felt like I was back in secondary school. During your first week in the camp, you'll be taught how to march like a soldier because you're required to do a march past like 2 times while in the camp and then on your POP, passing out parade. During my own time, on the 5th day, we had our initiation parade. So that's the first time I'm going to do a march past. Because of my experience from the military school I attended, I could march and they noticed it and made me a squadron leader. So on my initiation parade day, I was among the people standing in front. The second march past I'm going to do while in the camp is on the day you're leaving. During my own time, I was a line guard, so it was a lot of chilling for me, where the people that welcomed the commandant or whoever he was. I think I was bearing a flag or something. But basically, I wasn't doing anything. It was just an opportunity for us to stand by the side where the attention is not on us and the rest were standing under the sun unattended. attention for hours. So it was really fun for me. So if you're looking to chill during the match pass, go for a line guard position. They are the ones that are drilled during the rehearsals, but on the match pass day, they don't really do anything because where they are, there's no attention on them. And that was the position I was on our match pass day. I didn't even notice anything because we were just chilled somewhere. But during the rehearsals, you feel the pain and others will be laughing at you. Hey, we always do match pass. But on the day, and trust me, you really need it on the day because that day you can stand under the sun for hours. On our own day, we came out like around 9:10 and we stood outside, or basically like others stood outside till like 3-4. So you can imagine the stress. So if you want a good position, go for the line guard. The match pass at the end of the service year is not that serious. I think it was even done by a soldier during my own time. Can't remember, but it's really not that serious. It's just you standing and then they'll do inspection and it doesn't take much time to be over. During your first week, you receive your NYSC kit. And in NYSC kit, you have your NYSC full uniform, which is the green shirt, the green trouser, the orange boots, the white branded NYSC t-shirts, the belt, the face cap, white and green socks, your sportswear, which is 2 pairs of white polo t-shirts, 2 pairs of shorts, white shorts, and a pair of sports shoes. You get the NYSC handbook and a language handbook. During my own time, I got an Hausa handbook because I served in Kebbi State. You also get a meal pass and an ID card. The second week is for skill acquisition training. You receive back-to-back seminars and workshops on different topics for different skills during the day, and then during the evening, you rehearse for the variety show. Please, you guys should forgive me. I have to take out this blazers because I'm sweating bullets. And I don't want to turn on the AC because it's going to affect the audio of this video. So let's keep our blazer here. At least you can still see it, so we still have the NYSC vibe. Let's continue. During the third week, you have the competitions, variety shows, and that's actually the best time of being in the camp. Because by that time, you must have made friends, no more match pass, no more trainings, you probably have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you've made friends with the soldiers, like you must have adapted to the whole situation. And every night is one social activity or the other. They also share some allowances in the first week and the third week. On the last day of being in the camp, that's when you have the second match pass and a lot of goodbyes. You look around you and realize that up to 95% of people around you, or even 97%, you'll never see them again in your life. Some will cry, some will laugh, some will be unbothered. I made just one friend throughout my stay in camp, so it wasn't that good for me. And we're actually still in contact to date. You know, you're sent to a state, and that state will decide the local government they'll put you in, and then the local government is a zone where you'll be. So within the first week after you leave the camp, you'll be required to go and report to your zonal office and your PPA. Your PPA is basically your place of work, and that's where you spend the rest of the service year. You also be assigned to a bank for receiving the famous alawi, that's your allowance. I don't know how much it is now. If I find out, I'll put it on the screen. But during my own time, we collected 19,800. You also need to go for your CDS meetings every week, mostly on Thursdays, and you have to be in your full NYSC uniform. I was lucky during my own time. I was in dance and drama group, so there was no point wearing uniform, but just being there to have fun. So I used to wear my uniform once a month then, and to your zonal office for your clearance once a month. And when you're going, you wear your NYSC uniform. Besides the time you need to report for your CDS meetings and your clearance at your zonal office, you are mostly on your own for the rest of the year. Like I said earlier, your PPA is your place of work, and depending on the agreements you have with them, it's either be fun for you or not. More than 90% of the PPA postings are to schools, unless you decide to work your own magic. If you fail to do all your monthly clearance, attend all your CDS meetings, or have a problem with your PPA, your service year could be extended as a form of punishment. However, if you play by all the rules, dot your I's and cross your T's, on the personal parade day, which is at the end of your service year, you receive your NYSC certificates. So that's basically what NYSC is about. I know that most people will rather and actually don't serve even when they are younger than 30. Depending on how long your legs are or how deep your pocket is, you can still collect your NYSC certificate without doing nada. Majority of people I've talked to about NYSC would rather not do it. And the only reason they do it or wait that 1 year is for the certificate. Because like I said earlier, you won't be able to work in Nigeria if you don't have your NYSC certificates. Or the NYSC exemption certificate, which is for people above the age of 30. Even those with the long legs and big pockets still have to wait for that 1 year before they continue their lives. However, despite the majority of people that want NYSC to be cancelled and forgotten, I've also met some people that want it to continue. Some say they want to use that year to find themselves. You know, after university, NYSC, and then the real world. And for most of us, it's a huge culture shock. Because NYSC is like verified university. You're still with your peers, you're receiving allowance, you're still living your baby girl or baby boy life. Like the real world has not hit you. Some people told me that this service here helps them find themselves, think about what they want to do, where they want to go, like what they want out of life. Do you understand? Another reason why some people wanted to continue is so they can save money. As a core member, you're a glorified student, so you're probably still getting money from your parents, you're receiving allowance, and nobody is expecting much from you. So it helps some people save money. Personally, I think NYSC should be voluntary and could last for more than a year depending on the candidates. I don't think there's any reason in this 2018 to subject young adults to any experience they don't want to have. We can actually make our own choices. So parents, government, schools, churches, or religious bodies, you guys need to cut down your need to control the younger generation. You guys already assume ownership and control of 20 to 21 years of our lives. 3 years in nursery school, 6 years in primary school, 6 years in secondary school, 4 years in university, or not less than 4 years in university. Like, is that not enough? I get the value of education and all, but do you even know if I want to go to school? Do you care about my opinions about the school systems? Like, you guys don't even care to ask us what could work better for us. Like, we're the ones going to school. We're the ones experiencing all these things. Nobody calls us to a round table and asks us, okay, what do you think we can add to the school system? What do you think we can remove? Like, it's a whole lot of control that doesn't pay off long term. You guys make all these decisions for us and you're going to be there for us for the rest of our lives. Then all of a sudden, you let us go and expect us to have it all figured out. It's almost like you guys expect us to do magic. If you make someone feel like they can't make their own decisions or know what's right for them all through their developing years, where do you expect it to come from when you let go? If you assess Nigerian news today, those that seem to have it together are those ones that were rebellious in some ways. But the good and obedient students are walking around with brown envelopes, applying for jobs all day long, looking for a lifeline. In summary, I think the government, our parents, the religious bodies, the schools, and other systems put in place for our supposed benefit should include us when they're making decisions that affect our lives. That's all I have for you in this video. I hope you found it really useful. If you like this video and want to see more of it, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel and you get updates whenever we upload our weekly videos. But first, you have to turn on your notification. You can also subscribe to our newsletter via the link in the description box below, and you'll be notified whenever I upload our weekly videos. You receive a free business plan template once you sign up, free materials and personal updates from me that I just don't share anywhere else. If you enjoyed this video, like and share with your friends. You never know who you might be helping. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.